Hey, what is up, guys? I am Hippie. I want to welcome you back to a brand new episode of the Archer playthrough. Just in case you did not watch the last episode, I'm just gonna clear it up. Why I'm on the mage. So, while Bree is gone, I figured if I did the Archer playthrough on my Archer, on my account, with the YouTube XP, I would just end up way too high above her mage, and it would be, I don't know, it'd be hard for her to catch up after because of the YouTube rank, that I decided that it might be best to do some playing on her mage for the Archer playthrough until she gets back, and then hopefully she'll be a couple levels ahead of me and we can start doing some quest running, stuff like that, and start progressing normally. But until then, I'm going to play on her account and try to get her mage a couple levels above my Archer at least. So I think right now she's already the same level as my Archer, or just one below. Once she hits 57, I think once she hits 57 she'll be at the same level. So that's fine. I'm just gonna do some grinding for her with her sage, so it's not too bad. She's got the XP bonus, plus it's only level 56, so it's not too hard to grind on here. It's like an hour and a half for an entire level or something, so it's not too bad. I'm just gonna hang out and do that today. And I thought I would talk about something, because this is a question that I get a lot, and I don't know if I've ever clearly answered this question. I think I did on stream one time, and I've talked to it, like, I've talked to people in game when they've messaged me about it, but I've never talked about it in a video. So one of the things I always do in Wynn, if it's available, is play on server 5. I don't think I'm not on server 5 right now because it was gone, but if server 5 is up, I'm always on server 5. And people were asking me that. People, like, over the past 6 months, people have been asking me that. More recently, I noticed, but it's always been a question that I got, why I always play on 5. And people thought that it was just because, like, I try to stay on one server so that people, like, can find me and stuff like that. But there's actually a couple of reasons behind it, and it started out, the cause of it started out as just, like, lack of knowledge on my part. When I first started playing Wynn, over 2 years ago, like, I didn't know that you could go to other servers and, like, I didn't know if you went to another server you would keep your inventory and stuff like that. So I thought, oh man, I started my mage on server 5, I can't join any other servers now. And so I always played on server 5, and if server 5 had reset or restarted, or just wasn't there, then I just didn't play until it came back on. And so I started out doing that, and then eventually, even after I figured it out, it just kind of became like a habit that I would play on server 5. But then recently, like over the past year, server 5 has just kind of become like ritual and like sentimental to me and stuff like that, and I just have, like, I feel like I have good juju on server 5, and it's turned into this whole thing which it was never supposed to be, or never even, like, I meant for it to happen. It just kind of happened, you know, as I went along. So some really cool things have happened on server 5. In total, I've found 3 mythics. I found one in a chest that I accidentally closed, which was a mythic wand. So I don't know what that one was, but I found that one on server 5 doing a chest run in the morning. I found my other 2 mythics 1 week apart on server 5 in the same spot. I met Bree on server 5, which was actually something that I consider lucky, because Bree said that she hated playing on server 5 before, because of this glitch that happened a long time ago. Server 5 and I think another server got glitched out, and like if you logged into them you couldn't leave them, and it was just it was really weird, and it was just really buggy, and server 5 was one of them, and no matter what, I still played on server 5. But after that, Bree stopped playing on server 5, so I found that kind of lucky that she happened to be on server 5 the day that I was on server 5 in Sinfras, and that's how I would have met her. So if she wasn't in server 5, then I wouldn't have met her. So it's kind of like this weird coincidence that happened there too. Both of the mythics, like I said, almost every meetup I try to have on server 5, there is a couple of times when it just doesn't work out, where people fill up server 5 before I even get into it and stuff like that. And so that was one of the things that like always kept me on server 5, was just after a while, like I said, it started out as just lack of knowledge, and then it turned into this whole good juju thing. I'll find more mythics on server 5, and I do better on loot runs on server 5. I know it's not true, but I feel like it is, because I notice it on server 5. And yeah, just the other thing is I met Bree on here and stuff like that. So I guess that's like the story of why I play on server 5 in the first place. I mean, like I said, it's totally just complete. I'm making up all the juju, and it totally has nothing to do with actual server 5. It just has to do with, I know how the chests stack up after loot runs and stuff like that, and I know how the luck can just work on any server and stuff like that, and I could do meetups on any server because every server has the same amount of slots, all this stuff. But for some reason, to me, it's just this has to do with luck, and it has to do with, like, I don't know, just me playing on server 5 and everything like that. So that is why almost any time that server 5 is up, I'll be on it, unless server 5 is full, and then I'm just like frustrated right away. I'm like, this sucks. But yeah, so that's like my lucky server, I guess. I don't know if anybody else has those, like if that's a thing that you guys do. If you guys have a lucky server, you should let me know in the comments. Be like, yeah man, I got a lucky server too, and then like what server it is, because I think it is like part of like mild OCD, I swear, but I just go along with it. I'm like, yeah, it's just luck and stuff like that, and but I really know it's not, but I don't know, it makes me feel better about loot runs and stuff like that, so I do it. Speaking of loot runs and stuff like that, in Rotorok, I have had a series that I've been working on in secret for the past week or 2 weeks maybe, and I'm ready to officially announce it today. Even though it's not fully done, I'm announcing it because it is almost done, and that it'll be done within the next week, possibly two, and it'll start coming out. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain it all right here, what it is going to be and how long it's going to run and stuff like that, how the episodes are going to work, and so on. I need to finish up the Ultimate Player Guide before I start that. So I need to start getting them out every day like they were originally meant to be. And if I upload those every day, then I'll be finished in, I think, a week and 1 day, something like that. So that would work out perfect, because not this week and not next week, but the next week after that would be the first episode of the other series. So basically, I was curious, and since I got YouTube rank, I noticed that you can level up really, really quickly by running quests and stuff like that. Actually, if you turn in every quest on, not even every quest, if you turn in most of the big quests on double XP, you can actually level up from level 1 to level 100 without having to do any grinding. So I found out that you can do an entire playthrough in somewhere around 6 to 7 hours from level 1 through 100. And I was curious as to how much LE you could make in that time frame, because I noticed some of the quests give you like 4 to 5, to some even giving you like 7 LE. So I was curious to see how much you could make off of a entire playthrough, so I actually decided to try to do that. So On the Monday of the week that it starts will be the first episode. We'll run the first 15 quests. We'll look how long we've played. We will put it on a graph how much money we have. And then the next day, we'll run the next 15 quests. We'll look at how much money we have, how long we've played, and so on. And we will run 15 quests every video, not every video, but in between every video. And for the most part, they wrapped up on the actual, like, they wrapped up on the 15th video. That's when, or the 15th quest is when we recorded that video for that day. Except for the last part. By the way, I should say that that class is already in 93 right now. So I've already been doing it for about 5 hours, 6 hours almost. And I have one quest left to do, which is Hive. I thought it'd be a cool one to wrap it up on. And see how much LE we could make off of all 105 quests, or all 104 quests. So every 15 quests, we recorded a video. And we took a look on the forums, on our stats, to see how long we played. And then I'm putting it into a graph to see how much money we made at the end of every 15 quests. And then we'll see how big the LE grows in between some of the quests and stuff like that. You'll see spikes for things like the Hive. You'll see spikes for things like Tower of Ascension and stuff like that. So I already know how much LE you make, because like I said, I've finished everything except for the last quest. So I already know, but if you guys want to, you can also leave a comment taking a guess. Just like, take a guess how much LE you think I'll make in the entire playthrough. I should mention that I didn't buy or sell anything. The only thing I ever used money on was buying the quest items that I needed, like wheat and stuff like that, and IDing armor. Other than that, I didn't use the money for anything, and I pretty much just cheapskated my entire way through. So that's kind of why it got that name. It's going to be called the Cheapskates Playthrough, a Wynncraft Experiment Part 1, Part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think it should be able to come out into 7 parts. In between now and then, I just have to grind out the last 7 levels and run the last quest, and record that last video at the end of when I hit 100. And then check to see how much LE we got in total. If I get any mythics or anything like that, I'm not going to sell them, because it's not technically an average playthrough, because I know people can play an entire playthrough without getting a mythic. So if we get any mythics, I'm not going to include it in the actual price. I'll just keep it to the side or whatever, and or any legendaries or anything like that. The only thing I can make money from putting it into my stack is if I sell stuff to the item buyer. I will include that in my price. So I think you guys will be interested to see how much LE you can actually make. So I just found out that somebody with YouTube rank could actually get a ton of LE really quickly, because they can run an entire playthrough in about 6 to 7 hours, like I said. And if they wanted to, they could do that like 7 times a week, because I think it takes a week to reset a level 100 class. So we just run one all the way through until it's level 100, delete it, wait a week, and start it back over. So you could do about 7 a week, and you can make, that much money off of each playthrough. I don't want to ruin it and tell you guys how much I make, but you'll see if you watch the full playthrough. Like I said, it'll be 7 like 3 to 4 minute videos or so every day for a week, and it'll be the Cheapskates playthrough. I think it's going to be a pretty cool idea, but if it works out, then I might end up doing it again with some of my other classes. To be honest, I would kind of want to have a level 100 warrior, mage, archer, and assassin, and keep those just in case I ever needed them. Like, for instance, when something like Dern comes out or whatever, I could do the assassin playthrough or whatever and start playing through Dern with assassin or whatever. And then if another update came out like Corcus or not Corcus, I know Corcus is coming pretty soon, I heard at least. What is the other one? The town where the humans came from, or the city where the humans came from. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember it at all. But that place, whenever that one comes out, maybe I would do it with a different class or something like that. That way you guys don't see me playing as the mage the entire way. I mean, I would probably still get my mage up to the new level caps and run every quest with my mage, of course, but I probably wouldn't use that as my main version, stuff like that. But I think I'm okay right now to get everything up to level 100 because, like I said, my warrior's already almost there. He's at 93 right now. I'm running the assassin playthrough on live stream, and I'm already almost like level 55 or 60, and I haven't run more than 10 quests yet. So I think I could hit 100 just on the live stream without having to grind. And then the archer playthrough I've been running on YouTube, but that one I know I'm going to have to do a lot of grinding at the end. Because most of the quests, like half of the quests, I'll be turning in on 0 XP on 100% for the guild. That way me and Bree can keep up and run the class at the same amount of time. With the mage, there was people were asking me why I haven't grinded out my mage yet, because my mage is still level 96. And there's a reason for that too, is Bree has her level 96 warrior, and I have my level 96 mage, and we've been playing with those two accounts since level 80. I was 85 and she was level 81, I think. And so we started like that, and we started leveling together and running the quest together and stuff like that. So since that's our main classes, I've been playing my mage for 2 years, and she's been playing her warrior for 2 years. We're gonna hit 100 within like a minute of each other. So I'm gonna get up to 99%, she's gonna get up to 99%, she's gonna start grinding, and I'll wait like 5 minutes or something, and then I'll start grinding as well, and then hopefully we'll hit it within a few seconds of each other. And I think we're gonna live stream it. I think that'll be a pretty cool little thing, like officially completing the game at the same time. And then after that, we'll just start with the assassin, or not the assassin, the archer, and this class, her mage, and just kind of play through it. And I don't know, maybe we'll have another one of those type of deals in like 6 months from now or something when we hit level 100 with these classes. But I just kind of want to have an OP mage, an OP archer, an OP assassin, an OP warrior, just in case I need them for something. Like I don't know what I could say that I would need them for, to be honest, but I kind of want to have them in case there's a boss and something in one of the other provinces that I need like a warrior for. Like, let's say I can't do enough damage with my mage, and I'm like, alright, I'll take my level 100 warrior over. Or in case there's something like maybe there's going to be something new like Bob's Tomb or something, and we need a level 100 archer and a mage or something. And I could take my mage over, and she would be able to take her mage, or I would be able to take my archer, and she'd be able to take her mage. So I just kind of want to have them just in case later on there's a need for them. And then yeah, just kind of get them up after, just to make the LE off of it. But I kind of need classes for storage, because I run the Heap Hoop Shoop on the forums, and right now I think I still have 3 classes full of endgame legendaries, and yeah, I can't really hold them anywhere else, and I can't really sell them because it's like almost 4 stacks of LE in there. So I gotta keep them, I gotta hold on to them, and it sucks, but yeah, it ends up taking some of my other classes to do so. And then I have another class that I use just for all my quest items for one of my, or for my other like classes and stuff like that. So it takes up a bit of room just to hold stuff. So plus I'm kind of a hoarder, so I keep some of my things like pumpkin helmets and whatever. But I think that's going to go ahead and do it though for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Hippie, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want to see what happened the last time in this series, you can go ahead and click the box that says last time. If you want to see who was the subscriber of the week last Sunday, you can click the top box. And if you want to jump to just some random video from my channel, go ahead and click that random box, and it's going to go ahead and take you there.